What's going on, Internet? TBH here on behalf of Illuminaughty.com, and I got Black with me for our weekly anime analysis. That My Hero Academia Season 2. Talk to the people, Black.
Konnichiwa.
Yeah. And we just got done watching episode 17, I believe, which finishes the fight in the alleyway between Todoroki, Deku, the bitch, and the hero killer Stain.
and native.
Oh, that's right. We can't forget the legendary native, bruh. So, how were you feeling by episode 17, Black?
It was all right. Funny enough, it's called Climax, but it was less anticlimactic than. I mean, it was more anticlimactic than the last episode, but it was all right.
I think the title Climax is the fight in the alley. I mean, it references the fight in the alleyway, but definitely the way that this episode ended was definitely anticlimactic.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
The episode nonetheless. I won't take anything away from it.
Yeah, I felt like it was a above average episode. It wasn't there anything that surprised me or like blew me away like the last episode, but I definitely say it was nice to see finally see Endeavor in action and see what the hype was all about.
Yes,
it was nice.
It is clear he earned his number 2 spot.
Right. Like he has a really good grasp of how his abilities work. Like I thought that was interesting how he ran on the building wall by melting his feet. Yeah, I was like, all right, so this guy, yeah, he's definitely. I can see why. Yeah, he's top notch. And then he had the blue fire shit, which blew the dude's brains away. So it's like this dude's God. He's like a super. He's damn near the damn the firebending lord. Like this dude is the fucking dude the Avatar Aang fought. So like he's definitely a beast. We saw what was a Gran Torino. He was turning up too. He took out one of the Namus, by kicking him in the head and stuff, which I found interesting because I was like, why didn't you just do that in the first place?
Hey man, you know he's always getting back into shape. Okay.
I guess
we'll give him benefit of the doubt.
I think the real highlight of this episode was we saw Ida finally get up off the floor, stop crying a little bitch, and do something about the situation. Go ahead and let the people know.
All right, no, the anime starts off with Ida taking time to reflect on his L's and him seeing his unparalyzed brother in the past. Had to put that in there. So. And then he's like, all right, if I don't move now, then I'm a bitch forever. And then he finally moves right when Todoroki was about to have his arm cut off by Stain, which, you know, thank God it didn't happen because it's like, who else were we going to root for? Idiot? No, because Kai-chan would be up next. But yeah. Like in the middle of the fight, he uses his little blast move to his blast receptors, whatever it's called, to go. He got to go fast like Sonic. And yeah, that's when he saved Idia. But then he becomes useless instantly right after, and he was like, "Hey, Todoroki," distracting Todoroki from the fight. And he was like, "Hey, can you freeze my legs?" And Todoroki's like, "What, bro? I'm in the middle of the battle." And then Todoroki almost gets stabbed by one of Hero Killer Stain's knives, and then Idiot takes the knife for him, rightfully so, because he's the one that caused the distraction. And yeah. I just found that funny that Idiot, even when he was trying to help, found ways to be a distraction.
Right. I thought this episode was interesting too because it basically answered my question that I had from the last episode. Of Stain is cool, but he's definitely not as strong as I thought. Not as strong as I thought he was going to be. Yeah, like he struggles with multiple people. His quirk is very limited. If anything, what makes him a dope villain is the fact that he doesn't rely on his quirk for the most part. Like he's just a tenacious person that believes in what he believes in. He's gonna fuck you up. So I thought that was interesting, seeing that little bit of character development.
One thing I did like, I will say, even though it was annoying, it shows that they were still like, you know, kids and progressing. Idia's his engine stalled out 2 times during the fight, and Midoriya hurt his arm again. He can't break it, but you know, he hurt it, showing that he still has yet to actually master it once for all.
Stain also pointed out that Todoroki's weakness is he relies too much on his quirk. He doesn't actually think on the battle and technique, which I thought was a very good point, because that's one thing that I did notice about Icy Condom Head. Like, he just likes to shoot fire and shoot ice, but he doesn't get creative with it. Like within seconds, we saw Endeavor gets creative with his abilities. It's like he's too straightforward, which is his weakness.
Made like a spear. Like, I don't know. Endeavor is just crazy.
He's too predictable. And I like that Stain pointed that out.
Instantly, I like that.
One thing that I also really enjoyed about this episode is we got to see Native put the team on his back after the fight was over.
Carried them. He really carried the team.
After the fight was over, we finally got to see what Native's quirk was, and it was putting the team on his back. Definitely showing that he is one of the more stronger heroes in the My Hero universe, showing why he is a native, why he's definitely one of the top flight heroes. So I can appreciate that. I definitely still want that episode. I don't care if it's a filler episode, just give us a little bit more backstory on it. Yeah, backstory. Maybe I think maybe his quirk is he has the strongest back in My Hero. What do you think?
Possibly. I could see that. Maybe he's strong like a tree. Like a sitting tree, I'd assume.
Right.
I gotta call Native out. I did the math. During the show, Midoriya says it's like right after they like captured Stain. Midoriya says the fight lasted 10 minutes. But if you know the events that take place, and if you know Hero Killer Stain's ability, his quirk of paralyzation only lasts 8 minutes, and Native was the first person to be paralyzed. Meaning he had a whole 2 minutes of just chilling on the floor. So it's like
the funny thing is, I can argue that because we don't know Native's blood type, and it's the time that you lay on the floor.
He said it.
Oh, okay, never mind. I missed that part then. Okay. Well,
so even if it was the full 8 minutes, he still had 2 minutes to spare.
Well, maybe Native needed that extra 2 minutes to build up enough strength to be able to put the team on his back. Like he just needed a little bit more rest. Just because you don't have just because you're not in the control of but he doesn't have control of your body doesn't mean that you need a little bit more time to control your own body. Like we don't know the limits of Native's power. We don't know what's native to him and what's not. So I would say just put a little bit more respect on Native's name, because at the end of the day, Native was the first person to throw a tomahawk across the map at the beginning of a Black Ops match and get a kill. Don't believe me? Look up the montages.
I think the fact that he's in Japan, and Japan's like really polluted with its air and really overcrowded. Like I feel like maybe that weakens him, because he probably draws all his power from like nature. Right. And it's not. And pollution is not native. It's not natural.
It's not. Nah. Yeah. So it's clearly hindering his ability. He clearly. I think Native's full power would be somewhere like, I don't know, like a really green, like Hawaii, a really or like Fiji or somewhere where it's like a lot of fucking forest and shit.
Yeah, plus he's in the city too, so like there's that factor. There's probably not enough vegetation to like siphon, and then like he can't use the sun because it's nighttime. So
yeah, and they don't have any. Do they have eagles in Japan? Because I'm pretty sure Native's sidekick is an eagle that he uses as a set of eyes.
I think so. Yeah, like in
or like a hawk or something.
Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. Like he doesn't even have his eagle vision, so I don't even know how. So he didn't have his tomahawk that he could throw across the map. He didn't have his eagle vision, and he's living in a polluted city, so it's kind of hindering his strength. So it's like we're really.
Maybe that's why he went there, so he can become stronger. Like not use his quirk as much.
Oh, so you're saying your theory with Native is he's like people who go to like Big Bear Mountain, like they train in high elevation to stretch their body out so that so it makes them stronger, or how Goku trained with those weights on his gi and shit. Like his weights is the pollution. That's crazy. I didn't even think of that. I didn't even think of that.
Exactly. So that's probably it. That's more than likely it. But yeah, Native is easily like he's probably the 5th greatest hero.
Right behind Genius.
Yeah, right behind Genius.
Easily. Let us know in the comment section below. Like, what do you guys think? Like, Native's quirk is? Do you think Japan is holding him back? Like, you think he should go back to America or something?
Yeah.
Let's talk about the ending of this episode, which we see Stain take Deku as a hostage.
Well, here's the thing. I have some questions about this. So, like, randomly, a Namu comes around the corner, and then somehow, even though they disarmed this man of all his weapons, he still had one weapon hidden somewhere. You would have thought that they checked everywhere. And, like, he cuts his rope off while there's, like, 6 heroes standing next to him, runs, jumps, kills a Namu in the air, catches Deku, lands, and then his mask comes off. And then I thought this was amazing. His mask comes off, and then everyone gets paralyzed with fear, even Endeavor, after really realizing just how ugly Hero Killer Stain is without his mask, because you know he got like a really small indented Michael Jackson.
He's got a cancer face like fucking Deadpool.
Yeah, like we assumed he was ugly, but like then you actually see it, and it's like, oh my god, this is really hideous.
He's definitely not getting more than like 3 likes on IG. Definitely.
No, and like one is easily his mom, and the other is his grandma.
Right.
So, and the last one is probably himself. So yeah.
In Stain's defense, his entire ideology is he believes in true heroism, and he wants to kill off the fake heroes. And he said that Icy Condom Head and Deku were real heroes. So after the battle, I feel like maybe he allowed himself to be captured, because at the end of the day, they don't kill the villains; they just take them to the police. He allowed himself to be captured by real heroes. But then after that whole situation, he was like, he woke up and stabbed the old dude, because Endeavor showed up and he said Endeavor's the fakest of them all. So that might have motivated him to cut the rope off after he saw Endeavor, and he said he's only going to be killed by All Might.
It'd be amazing if Endeavor and him have some type of history. Like Endeavor is the reason for it. Like
his face. I thought that's what he was going to say. Endeavor burned his face.
Who knows? But the fact that he actually knows Endeavor is like one of the fakest of them all says something, because we know clearly something's up with Endeavor.
Yeah, I think Endeavor has good intentions. Like, he's not a bad guy, but his problem is he's Ida's ultimate form. If Ida keeps going down this bad road, he's just he has selfish motives, and that's the problem.
Well, I don't want to disrespect Endeavor and give Ida too much clout, you know.
Right. Sure,
but yeah, I kind of see what you're talking about.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out, because he said he's only going to allow All Might to kill him, and even Endeavor was looking kind of scared of him, which I found interesting to be, because I don't know, I feel like he couldn't hurt Endeavor, but whatever. Where do you think the show's going to go from here?
Well, probably this is day 3 or day 4 of the internship.
Yeah. So
it's probably going to be over. We probably next episode, we'll probably see like what the other castmates are doing. Maybe Eureka, whatever her name is.
Kai-chan.
You know, maybe she actually learned how to get good. I want to see if Kai-chan changed as a person. Hopefully, I want to see his development, because I'm tired of Idia. Yeah. Maybe just catch up on everybody. I think it's time for some lighthearted fun. Where's what's that man's name? Grape Hero, Great Ball.
Oh, the boy with the and the diaper. Yeah,
maybe. Maybe catch up on him. See what his tales have been doing. Yeah. Maybe I feel like it's time for episode to bring it lighthearted and introduce more of more plot, and or maybe less plot. I don't know. The story got pushed along fairly good enough. It's okay for some like what we say are filler episodes. We're just
I feel like the next episode, I actually kind of agree with you. They're just gonna go back to fucking internships. I do hope to see what they do with Stain. And is this the last of Stain? Are they gonna lock him up and he's gonna be like, I'm gonna kill all you motherfuckers? Like, I want to see what happens with him, because like you said at the end of the episode, it was anticlimactic because he just went unconscious. I was like, really? Like, I thought Endeavor was gonna choke him the fuck out, like body slam him and then lock him back up, but the man just went unconscious. Like, that can't be the end of Stain, because if that's the end of the Stain, that's just disappointing as the way fucking Cottonmouth died in Luke Cage. Yeah,
because I feel like he has way more to offer this show.
Yeah, so I'm hoping we get some type of development on that front. That's all I'm looking for. Other than that, I give the episode a solid 7.58. It was all right. It was good.
Yeah, I won't disagree with that. About a 7.5. I just found it amazing how like effortless Native really did carry the team. I really don't want people to sleep on that factor.
Right. Although he did look a little exhausted at the end of the battle, but
just like,
I think that was because his tomahawk wasn't in his utility belt, so he didn't really have anything that really helped him out in the battle. But it's all good. It's all good. Shout out to Native. If you guys enjoyed the conversation, please leave a like on the video, comment, subscribe if you're new. But if you're not new, pledge to our Patreon. That's patreon.com/GI updates. We have all different type of cool rewards in line for those of you who choose to financially support us. You can be in one of these videos. You can be on GI Radio. We do 2 game giveaways a month, an indie game and a AAA game.
You said our community podcast just dropped as well.
Yep, we got a community podcast that should be out by the time this shit comes up. So and you'll be seeing a lot more of that if you want to be on that too. So it's a lot of there's more stuff too that I can't even think of off the top of my head, but it's a lot of dope stuff. It's patreon.com/GI updates. There will be a link in the description box below. Before we wrap this up, you got anything else you want to say before we go, Black?
Join the Facebook group Triple OG. Search it. The link is in the description somewhere. Yeah, we be having dope anime conversations like this and about Super and be sharing the wallpapers, memes, all that.
Yeah, and I guess we'll see you guys next week for the next review of My Hero Academia. Let's get it.